Well, now that the date's been confirmed, campaigning from both the yes and the no camps will certainly ramp up. Our political reporter Dana Morse breaks down the arguments from both sides as they try to win your vote.
We now have a date for the referendum on an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to Parliament. October 14th has been announced as the date when Australia will vote on whether to establish an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. It's not long until Australia heads to the polls and both the yes and no camps will be looking to secure your vote. So what are their arguments? Let's start with the case for the voice. There are a lot of different groups working together to try and get a yes vote over the line. They include the Uluru Dialogues, the same people behind the Statement from the Heart that put forward the Voice, Treaty and Truth proposal, the official campaign group Yes23, the federal government led by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, and all of the state and territory governments too. The Yes case also has the support of some of the most recognisable organisations and companies in Australia, including Qantas, the AFL, Telstra and the Commonwealth Bank. There are two main arguments from the Yes case for creating the voice, and that's respect and recognition.
We've been trying for a long time to get, acknowledgement, recognition, or to be included in the political life of the nation and be part of it.
Those behind the vote have been campaigning for change for many years. They say Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people deserve a say in matters that affect their lives, and that governments should have to consult with a representative body on laws and policies that affect them. The Yes camp say Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people should be recognised in the Constitution, and believe it's no longer acceptable for Australia to be one of the only colonised countries in the world that does not recognise Indigenous people in its founding document. The recognition they want is an enshrined voice, meaning it's permanent and can't be removed without another referendum.
I expect Voice to be an independent, grassroots body that brings the views of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australia to the Parliament. That's its job.
Now let's take a look at the No campaign. The biggest No campaign is backed by the conservative lobby group Advance under the banner of Australians for Unity. Spokespeople include Warren Mundine and Shadow Indigenous Australians Minister Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price.
We're only this far apart. Everyone wants to recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders in the Constitution, but tying it up to this voice where they could have sat down and have a conversation.
Other supporters of the No case include the federal opposition, including Liberal Party leader Peter Dutton and Nationals leader David Littleproud. The No campaign has several different arguments against the Voice to Parliament proposal. They see the voice as divisive and they don't want to see the Constitution changed because they believe it could create the opportunity for legal challenges in the High Court. They also want to see the legislation that would govern the voice before Australia votes on whether to create it.
If Australians have buyer's remorse, the voice comes with a no returns policy. It's here to stay. And yet this institution hasn't even been road tested.
There is also a secondary No movement known as the Progressive No, championed by Independent Senator Lydia Thorpe and the Black Sovereign movement she represents in Parliament.
This is not a new movement. It is just that we have never had a platform nor an audience willing to listen before.
The Progressive No doesn't support the voice, but for very different reasons to the Australians for Unity campaign. They want to see action on treaty ahead of the voice because they believe that process would be more successful in improving the lives of Indigenous Australians. And they believe the voice proposal doesn't go far enough because it will be advisory only and won't have any kind of veto power. So there you have the main reasons both these campaigns will be chasing your vote. Expect to see a lot from both sides as the country heads towards the first referendum in over 20 years.